Welcome back to Pinoy News. So, I was inspired to make a video today. And the reason I was inspired is because I was talking to a dude and I was having a conversation with a man who was 20 years old and told me that he couldn't find a job. And I'm talking to him and he said he dropped out of high school, don't have his GED, and can't find a job. And I feel like there needs to be a separate pathway set apart. And there is. There always is in the end of the day, but you're gonna have to have a will of iron to get it done. So we're gonna call this so you wanna be a warrior. I like it, right? In the end of the day. You wanna be a warrior, you wanna be a man that lives upon your own steed, the sweat of his brow and the work of his back. You want to be a man who's able to hold his own and not go through the system? Let me tell you what's going to be required of you to be able to stand here and do these type of things, because it's totally possible. Because if you want to break the mold, you're going to have to be willing to fill the outsides of it. So let's get to it, right? First things first. Be prepared. And when I say be prepared, that means that you need to put yourself ahead of everybody else around you. So if you know all these jobs that you're going to go after, especially on the bottom end to gain experience, right, as a whole, whether it be warehouse, temp work, retail, whatever it is, you need to be clean, right? You're going to have to stand here and be able to pass a urine test. Why is that? Well, because of the fact that you decide to live life on hard mode, which I respect the shit out of. Get nothing misunderstood. Living life on hard mode is a beautiful thing in the end of the day. But you have to be willing to make those sacrifices to get there. It's a hard way to go. But you got to be prepared to get there. You're going to have to forego all the partying, nonsense, garbage, and motherfucking show up every day. Or if you're going to party, you got to get up every morning and get out there and do what you have to do. You got to show up every day, be early, handle your business, and be ready to rock when everybody else is ready to go. That's a hard thing. I'll be honest. That is a very fucking hard thing to do, just as an in general thing. So it's another one of those kind of be understanding you've chosen to motherfucking go harder than everybody else. And since you have chosen this, it's another sacrifice you're going to have to make. You're going to have to take jobs other individuals aren't willing to take, including going and working at places like McDonald's and restaurants to start your fucking career off, because you're going to need a baseline for understanding that if you want to be successful, you got to be willing to sweep the floors sometimes. Actually, you got to be willing to sweep the floor every day. It's kind of one of those wax on, wax off type of situations where what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go harder than everybody else. Be on your feet longer, work harder, be more dedicated, and realize that everybody else around you chose the easy path of going to school and being compliant. You're going to break the mold. So therefore, you're going to have to really fucking put the work in. You're going to have to stand here and be willing to take jobs that other people aren't willing to take and earn your way up the ladder. And when you get to where you want to go to, whatever that is, whether it be middle class at $70,000 a year, or whether it be, 150 grand, either way, or millions, depending on how far you're willing to chase this, you're going to have to stand here and go to levels that other people aren't willing to go, and be willing to do shit that other people aren't willing to do. You're going to have to deal with things and risk that other people probably aren't going to understand, right? You're going to be a man among men, a relic of your time. You're going to have to look people in the face, and you're probably going to resent them. You're going to resent human beings who went the easy path. And you're going to go, I know all this because I did it as a young man. Because I already did all these steps. I already went through all this process. You come out of college and you'll know shit about what I do. And you're going to have to be willing to look at these individuals in the face who stepped over you because they did the 4 years of compliance training at their institutions. And you're going to do battle with them. And you're going to lose repeatedly. Every once in a while you get your wins. But you're going to fucking lose on a constant basis. Because we live in an oligarchy of motherfucking title. And those titles are utterly important to corporations. And lastly, I thought I had a picture, but apparently it was the one that didn't download out of all of them. You're going to have to study. Be willing to learn what other people learn. You're going to have to take a time out of your life and memorize employee handbooks. Memorize all the things that everybody else is too busy to learn. I was on a dock, and every day I wrote down all of the numbers in the air bills that came into the dock that day. And I went and checked them in the computer to find out when the delivery was on them. And it got to be to the point where I didn't even have to look at my list anymore. I just knew them by memory. And my boss one day caught me doing this from memory. And he sat here and he said, okay. And he recognized talent. Luck is preparation meets opportunity. You're going to have to do the prep work and be willing to do the hard mental labor of learning everything around what you do. This is a big thing. And these opportunities come by few and far between. But when you get them, don't let them go. You got to be able to grab a hold of the reins when it comes to it. Don't be scared. You did the work. There's nobody else around you who's done this. I promise. Because you took the hard way. You already know the cost of what it is. You're more capable than most. Have confidence in yourself. I'm Tom P. Supino News. Y'all know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe. Later.